I think we should apologize for having missed a week. Again. That is my bad. Excuses. I arrived on Friday night and I was like, yo, it's Friday. Excuses. Once that's out the way, I do plan to be a bit more committed, and I just thought I'd get this out the way before we get to the bulk of the video, which is... Today we are counting down our top 10 most OP movie characters. If you don't know what OP means, it stands for overpowered, and it's just shortened because overpowered is a 4-syllable word, and who even uses those at this point in history. So we're going to kick it off strong with a character we all know and love, and frankly they should have nerfed him in a very real sense, just ridiculous. Buck from Ice Age. From the moment he sets foot on the screen, you know there's something about this guy, and you just know that he could do anything, and he has done anything. He married a pineapple, and he died, but he came back to life. The 10th most overpowered person in the world. Next up, a character so powerful we never even see her on screen, but we just know of her influence, her impact, and her abilities to mold the situation to how she desires it, and that is Frozone's wife.
Don't you think about running off to doing no daring do? We've been planning this dinner for 2 months.
The public is in danger.
My evening's in danger.
You tell me what I saw this woman. We are talking about the greater good.
Greater good? I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you are ever gonna get.
The world is in danger. The entire world. I mean, sure, maybe just America, but the whole world is at stake here, and she's not gonna let that get in the way of her dinner. And for that reason, she is our 9th most overpowered character in movie history. Coming in at number 8, we have RJ the Raccoon. This guy is resourceful, he's smart, he's sneaky, and he gets the job done. And for that reason, he is number 8. Also, he's a raccoon, and I think it's universally accepted that raccoons are probably going to take over one day. So he already has an edge. There were a couple of people in Over the Hedge. Vern, the Verminator, all these guys honestly could have made the list. I just had to choose one, and RJ got the luck of the draw. And next up, a man who needs no introduction. A man so powerful, so special, so handsome, so gorgeous. The name's so nice you say it twice. He is Mr. Motomodo.
I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky. I like 'em big. I like 'em plumpy. I like 'em round with something.
The charisma and the magnetism of this lad. The way that you know that he could do anything he wanted, except forget Gloria because of Melman, who now in retrospect, does Melman trump Motomodo? Because in a very real sense, no. But, you know what I'm saying? This one's a bit hard to explain. In the original books, this character was a bit of a boring character. There wasn't much to him, and he was predictable. You sort of knew what he was going to do, and there wasn't much depth to his character. But when brought to the screen, this character was brought to life in a way that you knew they were unstoppable, and they were, I really need like a thesaurus or something. They were exuberant and dangerous in a way that few other characters are, and that is Greg's dad, Frank Heffley, but specifically from the movies. And if I were to choose one in particular, I'd say Roderick Rules, which is number 4 on the most OP movies of all time, by the way. What can I say about this guy? I mean, look at this face, and then look at this face. Anyways, that guy, number 6. Next up, number 5. Simple, I think it's pretty clear. Poe's dad. No, the real Poe's dad. That's right, the Goose. The Goose who fooled China. Okay? The whole nation of China believed him when he said, "There's a secret ingredient in my soup." And there was no secret ingredient. He fooled China. Forget Mulan, who conquered the Huns or whatever she did. Poe's dad fooled massive country. If this goose can fool China, the entire nation of China, with nothing, imagine what he could do with something. Next up, a man who, while maybe not the strongest lad, or the scariest, or the bravest, his intellect is just so far beyond what we mere mortals can comprehend, and you can tell that he knows what's happening. And if he had the courage to say it, he'd already have outwitted his enemies. You know, he's 7 moves ahead all the time. He just never brought it up. Another character that was way more boring in the books, but Fish Legs. Coming in at number 3, a man, a guy, the man, Elijah Woods in Spy Kids 3, the guy. This is him, and he is the guy. And it's important that he's the guy, because he isn't the guy, but we believe that he's the guy until he isn't the guy. And I think that's important, and it's Elijah Woods, and he's the guy. And he does die very quickly. He had like 100 lives, and he lost them like that. Why is he on this list? I need to call my producers. This is unacceptable.
Are they old guys, except for Frozone's wife?
Probably. Just to be clear, we're not sexist. I was struggling so hard to even think of a movie, okay? I was sitting on the couch, and I was like, just name a single movie. And the only thing that came to mind was Chicken Little. That's the one movie I could think of. So, I wasn't meaning to make them all guys. Let's just get that out of the way. Female characters can be OP too. In our number 2 spot, we have Scamper the rabbit from Igor.
Good evening, friends.
Literally unkillable. And he tries many times. It does not work. And I think what's so powerful about this guy is that he's a rabbit who can't die. And he's Steve Buscemi. So that Scamper the rabbit is our number 2 spot. And I know what you're thinking, Jem, this list is ridiculous. I stopped watching 3 minutes ago, and you're right. You're not even here anymore. It's just me rewatching in the edits. Anyways, I'm just gonna rattle off some honorable mentions before we get to the top spot. I should probably learn how to speak first. Honorable mentions. They didn't quite make it, but they were better than 2 and worse than 3. So they're better than 2, worse than 1, so really I could have just made the list them, but no. This doesn't make any... What are honorable mentions? Why didn't they just make the list? Needleman and Smitty from Monsters, Inc. Crush from Nemo. Molly from Toy Story 1. Jack Black from The Muppets. Gru's mom, well known to be one of the most fearsome characters ever put to screen. Honestly, they cut... this is absolute fact. I'm not making this up on the spot. They cut 90% of Gru's mom's scenes because if they kept them in, the movie would have been R-rated. The last honorable mention is Knuckles from Paddington 2. By the way, if you have not seen Paddington 2, you are missing out. It was probably the best movie of its year, and it should have been nominated for Best Picture, but it was sadly passed over. It is far superior to Paddington 1. It is whimsical, it is fun, it is upbeat, and it is original. Paddington 2 is an amazing movie, and you can quote me on that. But we have arrived, ladies and gentlemen. We have arrived. Right here, today, tonight, this day, whatever day it is, whatever time of day, hopefully Friday, or whenever you get around to watching this, we have arrived at the most overpowered character in television history. Film. Sorry, we'll do TV show characters another time. And the here, get a drum roll going. That was on. A bit louder. Pitch bend. And the number 1 pick for the most overpowered character in movie history is Horst. You had to stop. You had to stop. Yeah. Please stop. Please. It's this guy. It's Horse from Ratatouille. He killed a man with this thumb. Let me just play the clip quickly.
Horst has done time.
What for?
No one know for sure. He changes the story every time you ask him.
I defrauded a major corporation.
I robbed the second largest bank in France using only a ballpoint pen. I created a hole in the ozone of Avignon. I killed a man with this thumb.
And yes, that aspect ratio was atrocious, but I found it on YouTube and it worked for me. This guy is really just terrifying and unstoppable. He is the sous chef under Skinner. I don't know if he stayed the sous chef when Linguini took over or if that went to Colette, who also could have made the list, I'm realizing now. But that is the list. This is the list. Wow, am I really gonna put all those...
The official Studio M ranking of the most
official
OP
Studio M ranking.
movies.
What he said. Am I really gonna put all the pictures? No, we're gonna cycle through. We're gonna cycle through. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you next week. That's all for now. See you later.
What do you mean say? We hope you see us next week.
That's true. You hope you see us next week, and you will. I promise. Scout's honor. What do they do? Raise a paw over the heart. Okay, bye.